everybody, it's Emma, back with another video we're starting. So, it's the last weekend in August. And the last week in August. Last days of August are upon us, and I'm not really ready for fall. I feel like the summer has flown by, and I'm not ready yet. So, because I am desperately clinging to what is left of summer, I'm going to spend the next week reading summer books. And they might not be like summery in themes, but the setting of the book is summery. So I've got 4 books that I'm going to try to get through this week. So I've got 4 books. We're going to talk about them. I'm going to introduce them. And then we'll just do a classic reading vlog. So let's talk about the 4 books. I have 3 physically, and then I have one that is on Libby. So start with the physical ones, and then we'll talk about the one on Libby. The first book I have is Sizzle Reel by Carlin Greenwald. If you watched my August TBR video, you might remember this book. I haven't read it yet because I decided to just kind of bring it into this book, into this video. This is a like sapphic romance story. Our main character, Luna, came out and she's just kind of like figuring her life out, and she wants to be a director, escaping her cinematography, so photographer. She gets kind of taken under the wing of this like A-list actress, and she's like, oh, this is the girl for me. But then there's also like a best friend, so I mean, like, maybe there's a love triangle, maybe they all end up together, who knows. But just like the cover looks so summery, and it was blurbed by Ashley Herring Blake, who wrote Darling Green Doesn't Care and like the Bright Falls series, which really fantastic sapphic romances. So I'm excited. This is a really short read. I don't know, could be cute, could be fun, but you know. Okay, and then we have another romance that I'm sure you've been seeing a lot. That Summer Feeling by Bridget Morrissey. I mean, obviously I have to read it. It has summer in the fucking name. But she goes to like an adult summer camp. She runs into somebody that she kind of had like a meet cute with, only to, I think, fall in love with his sister. So, blurbed by Emily Henry. So, a divorced woman attends a sleepaway camp for adults. She reconnects with a man from her past, only to fall head over heels for his sister instead. Like, we love it. And this cover is gorgeous, and I think this was just like a really fun summery rom-com read. I think the cover is gorgeous. I think the plot is hilarious. Oh no, wait, so this is Stevie and this is Garland. He's a beautiful blonde outdoors with Stevie. So just, I think this will be super fun, and it's really nice, like, rom-com. I haven't really read, I've been stuck on the same romance for a while, so I'm kind of excited to bring in some romances that I'm like excited for. Okay, and then the last physical book I have is, this is a new release, actually. I guess these are all new releases, 2023. But that is Dark and Shallow Lies by Jeannie Myers Sane. I didn't know anything about this book until I watched Carrie Can Read's video. She talked about this in a wrap-up, and then also she posted a video about spooky summer reads, and I was immediately intrigued by this. This is a YA like thriller mystery. It's about a girl whose name Gray. So Gray spends her summers in this small town in Louisiana. I believe it's like an island, and she grew up with kind of like the same kids. They were all born together, and then her best friend goes missing. So she's trying to unsolve the mystery, and everybody has like psychic powers in this book, I think. Psychic powers, everybody, like, but nobody can figure out what's going on. And so she's trying to figure out what happened to her best friend and like kind of uncover the mysteries, because everybody's hiding something. So I think this is going to be just dark and twisty and kind of like maybe a good palette cleanser like in between the romances. there's that one. And then the final book is The Wicked Deep by Shay Earnshaw. This is I actually don't know what this book is about, but I've seen multiple people talking about it. 3 sisters on the quest for revenge. Okay, 2 centuries ago, 3 sisters were sentenced to death for witchery. For a brief time each summer, the sisters return, stealing the bodies of 3 weak-hearted girls so they may seek revenge. So, summer, witches, creepy, eerie. The cover is also gorgeous. Oh my gosh, it's really short. So, that's my last one. So those are the 4 books that I'm gonna read this week to sort of keep the summer alive, keep the summer vibes going, hopefully into September, and this will sustain me until next year. So that is my plan. Let's get some summer reading going. Okay, hi everybody. So I figured let's do an update on this summer books video that I was supposed to be doing. Started this video and then I didn't read any of the books for 2 days, and on Tuesday, started one of the books, and that was so funny because Tuesday was so rainy. So despite me being I'm not ready for summer to end, I'm gonna read summer books, the weather immediately went to shit. So fine though. So let's talk about what I am reading. I started 1 out of the 4 books. This is probably gonna be not the time frame that I intended it, but whatever. September is still summer. So Sizzle Reel, oh my god, Sizzle Reel by Carlin Greenwald. I am on chapter 16, so I've read, very floppy paperback, I've read a decent amount of it, and I will say it is not giving me the summer vibes that I wanted, but it's not bad. I think I got too invested in the cover, but it just takes place in LA. Anyways, this book is fine. So we have Luna, who came out as bisexual at 24, and she is struggling with her identity a lot. So I thought this was going to be more rom-com-y, but it's really more contemporary, kind of literary self-identity, and there is romance in it. But Luna came out as bisexual, and she's having trouble with her identity. She's only come out to officially 3 people, which are her 2 best friends and her therapist. And one of her best friends, Romy, is also queer, super excited. And so a lot of this book has just kind of been Romy teaching Luna how to be into people that aren't men, which is interesting. It's a very much tell and not show. Luna will do something and then she'll have a crisis, and then Romy will be here's how you finger a girl, and then we do that, and then it's a few more scenes of something random. Okay, I'm back, new angle. My boyfriend came home and scared the shit out of me. So this book, it's been good so far. I am not loving it, but I'm not hating it. And I was a little bit disappointed to see before I started it that it only had 3.3 average rating on Storygraph, but reading it, I can see that this book is very averagely 3 stars. So anyways, Luna is newly bisexual, doesn't know what's going on, blah, 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 and she has decided that the woman that she wants to kind of, lose her virginity to and, date is this A-list actress named Valeria Sullivan.
and her two best friends are kind of in on the plot to like figure out if Valeria is gay and then get her and Luna together. And so that part is I feel like this book had a lot of potential, and the cover is so cute, but it's just like, again, it's really predictable. We kind of really know where things are gonna end up. I'm like not loving it. I don't know. I'm a little bit disappointed. I am enjoying it enough that I'm going to finish it, but I'm not like desperate to race to the end. I kind of just want to finish it to like get it over with. And I think after this one, I'm going to pick up either probably the Wicked Deep. Yeah, get something a little bit different because I got a lot of romance stuff going on, and I think a fantasy would be good. So that's my plan. Probably gonna finish this today because I have like 120 pages left, so very doable. And then I have some other things that I'll pick up, and then I will start on the Wicked Deep. So that's my update. I'm not getting summer vibes from this book, so I'm hoping that the next 3 books give me some summer vibes, especially because I need it since the weather outside is like so shitty right now. So hoping for the summer vibes. Hi everybody, good morning. It is, yes, it's Saturday. No, oh my god, what am I doing? It's Friday. I'm going to work. But let's talk about what I've been reading. So I finished Sizzle Reel, and it was okay. Didn't really have the like summer vibes I was looking for, so that was really disappointing. Tutorial was disappointing. It didn't give me summer vibes. It mostly just made me want to visit LA, which is fine. I've never been to LA, but I don't know, it was a lot of like cool LA landmarks that I don't even know for real. Anyways, I was disappointed with it. I'll talk more about it. Watch my August wrap up. But yeah, ultimately I was disappointed, but that's fine. And then I started The Wicked Deep yesterday. So this is like a fantasy novel YA about a small town off the coast of Oregon. I also live in the Pacific Northwest, so I was like, ooh. And 3 witches were murdered there like hundreds of years ago, and then every summer for the month of June, I think, they like come back and possess 3 girls. It's like rumored that they come back and like possess 3 girls and like trying to like take their revenge. So far I'm really liking it. I'm not very far into it. I'm probably like 30-ish pages, 30 Kindle pages, but it's only 186 pages on my Kindle anyways. So I'm really liking it. The main character is a little bit, you know, not like other girls. That's fine, you know. Can't all be winners. Just see where that goes. It's already giving me summer vibes. There's already been like a bonfire beach party, which was kind of fun. Especially because the weather lately has been really mediocre. So I'm excited to get into that one, and then I think I'm gonna read That Summer Feeling next, and that's really gonna get in with summer vibes. So thanks for watching. I'm going to go to work.
we're gonna be doing a little update on this video on these summer books that I'm supposed to be reading. It's Wednesday. I think the last time I talked was Friday, but gotten a lot done. So I don't know. The weather has been kind of dreary, so I haven't, but I've been reading more, so it's nice that I've been reading summer books. But let's talk. So the last time I updated, I had started Wicked Deep, finished The Wicked Deep by Shea Earnshaw, and I finished Dark and Shallow Lies. And then I also read like another book in the middle that I wasn't really planning on reading for this video, but it does fit the theme. And that was A Flicker in the Dark by Stacey Willingham, I think. Yeah, so The Wicked Deep by Shea Earnshaw. This was a really short, like YA, kind of contemporary fantasy, urban fantasy about witches. In this small town on the coast of Oregon, 3 sisters were drowned for suspected witchcraft, and every summer in the month of June they come back for like 21 days and essentially possess a girl. Each of them possess a girl, and then they like take control of that girl's body and like drown men by like luring them into the water. I focus on Penny, who is our main character, and she lives on an island sort of with her mom, and a stranger comes to town and she like kind of gives him a job, and then they are sort of trying to figure out what happened. And this was a good book. It was really short and it was predictable, but I don't think that made it bad. I just think it made it easy to read. Like, there was nothing necessarily complex about it, but I think it's still made for a really fun and dark story. And so, coast of Oregon, Pacific Northwest. I also live in the Pacific Northwest, and the kind of setting of this book is like super rainy and dreary, which I loved, because in June it's sometimes called January because it's so rainy here all the time. So just the setting of like storms and rain, and like it's summer but you can't really do anything because it's just pouring all the time. Like, I felt that. So I liked that. I liked the book. I think if you were getting into fantasy, this would be a great book to start with because it wasn't too overly complex. I think it was a solid fantasy. Shea Earnshaw has any other books that are worth picking up, let me know, because... And then I read A Flicker in the Dark. I'm not really going to talk about this book too much, but it did take place in Louisiana in the summer. But it was like a mystery thriller about serial killers. It was okay. It wasn't revolutionary. But it was funny because I read that, and then I read Dark and Shallow Lies, which also takes place in Louisiana. So I was like, oh, that's kind of funny. But this book was what I wanted this whole video to be. An end of summer vibes reading vlog. This book was so good. I literally started it. I had like started a little bit on Monday. I think I was probably like 20, 30 pages in, and then I read the entire thing last night. Like, I could not put it down. This book follows Gray, and Gray is from this really small town in Louisiana. You literally have to take a boat to get there. It's called like La Cachette, probably something French. I took Spanish in high school, but she's from this really small town, and her and 9 other children were born between the months of like, I don't know, like May and September. So they call themselves the summer children because they were all born within like the same 5-month period. But Gray now lives in Little Rock with her father, and she only comes down for the summer. And this summer when she comes back, her best friend, her twin flame, has been missing since February. And so she's trying to figure out what the fuck happened when she was gone. And everybody is hiding something, and nobody is telling her what's going on. And so everybody in this town is like
not quite psychic, but has sort of psychic powers or some kind of like power. Like I think Gray's family is psychic. They say Alora was a water witch. There's empaths. There's people that can kind of like predict death. And so but nobody knows what happened to Alora. Nobody knows where she is. Nobody knows if she's dead, if she's alive. And so Gray is trying to uncover that and then uncover kind of the other mysteries that have been plaguing her small town for her entire life. And then a stranger comes in and he says he knows Alora and says he knows a lot of things about the town despite the fact that nobody knows who he is. And this is like a small town of like 110 people. So why would he know things about the town? I thought this book was great. The writing was fantastic. I literally felt like I was in Louisiana Swamp when I was reading it. The mystery kept me guessing, and through the entire book, you were kind of like trying to figure out what's going on, and the twists were amazing. And at the end of the book, I was just like, oh my god. Like, I just couldn't stop reading. I couldn't put it down. I loved it. I thought this was a fantastic book. I don't know. I just loved this book. If you want a mystery thriller with heavy summer vibes, like this is the book. This is what I was looking for, and it was just fantastic. I fucking loved it. I thought the plot was interesting. I thought all the characters were so complex and different. I just like couldn't stop reading because everything about the book was so intriguing. And highly recommend. Okay, and then final book for this video, which I'm thinking I can finish today because I'm kind of flying through it. I started it this morning and I'm already on page 78. Yeah, 309. So this is the book about a woman named Garland who has gotten divorced, and she hasn't been doing great. And her and her sister go to a summer camp for adults, and there she kind of runs into this man that she sort of had like a literal premonition about. And she's like, oh shit, this was meant to be. And then she's rooming with his sister, and so she kind of like enlists help for her sister, the sister Stevie, and then Garland's actual sister Dara to help her kind of get this man, but then she ends up falling for Stevie. I am loving this already. Like, if I could call out of work today, and just spend the entire day reading this fucking book, definitely would. I just think the writing is a little bit kooky, a little quirky, but I already can tell that I think the romance is going to be great. I love the characters so much. It's just going to be like a cute little romance cover, you know, straight up summer. So, yeah, I'm really excited. So I'm going to go read this. I'm hoping to finish it tonight and maybe finally fucking edit this video because I really need to get ready for work, but I don't want to. I want to read instead. So I think I'm going to read, and then I don't know, I'll just read. So yeah. Hi everyone. Guess what? I finished all the summer books. Who would have fucking thought? I'm so proud of myself. So it's Friday. It's late at night. It's like 9 p.m. It's bedtime. But I finished That Summer Feeling on Wednesday, but I just haven't had time. Yes, I really liked That Summer Feeling. The pure fucking nostalgia I felt from reading this book was unreal. I definitely gave me summer vibes. I thought the romance was sweet. I also thought like they did a really good job, the author, of balancing the romance and sort of like Garland coming into herself, because she's like 32, she's been divorced for like a year, and she kind of just realized, she's like, oh, I'm queer. And I also liked the way that the author handled that. It was, Garland was just kind of like the main character, Garland, me referring to her by her first fucking name, like you guys knew who I'm talking about, just kind of was like, oh, that's kind of what I've been missing in my life. Like, I was queer the whole time. Oh, okay. So I just thought like the balance between romance and then also coming of age sounds weird, but like Garland sort of like figuring herself out. I just thought the balance between those two was really good, and it was just like a funny little rom-com, a little insta-lovey, I will say, because the whole thing happens in the span of a week. So insta-love, you hate insta-love, maybe skip this book. But I don't know, I'm not a huge insta-love person, as that made it a little bit hard to believe, but I still ate it up. I still thought it was fantastic. So, oh, and then I read a few other like random books in here and while I was filming this video that also happen to have some vibes. Like I read You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight by Caitlin Barron, which takes place at like, it's like a terror simulation that they film at like a summer camp that used to be that was the setting for a horror movie. And then, you know, the final girl, Charity, her coworkers start dying. Let me tell you, this book scared the shit out of me. So, you want a horror book, You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight by Caitlin Barron. But overall, this video was fun. I definitely kind of pushed me to read books that I probably would have put off for a really long time. Like, I found some favorites in this video, like That Summer Feeling and Dark and Shallow Lies. I did want to pick them up, but I don't know if I would have picked them up as soon if I hadn't done this video. And it was just fun. Like, I don't know, it was just fun getting in that atmosphere and like kind of getting in my last like little bit of summer enjoyment before I dive fully into fall. So, yay, summer books. That's my reading vlog for you. Like, comment, subscribe, I guess. I don't know. Thank you for watching. Let me know if there are any books I should read, any videos I should do. Thanks.